This is not going to be a review of this pencil, just some of my thoughts from when I just went out to buy another mechanical pencil, and I haven't used one in 40 some odd years. And when I was in school back in the early 70s going through for electronics, we used to use some mechanical pencils for taking notes and for working on the equations we had to solve, which could be as long as your arm. And at that time we'd go out and we'd go to a local stationery store and buy a real cheap mechanical pencil that just threw a lead in and it would write. And I thought I'd go and get another one, just because I thought I'd try something different from using a pen, because I was finding pens were going out of ink quite quickly and they would skip. So I just wanted another pencil. Out I go. Well, try to find something simple. The things I learned about mechanical pencils that have come up over the last number of decades that I never even considered. Back in the day, back in the early 70s, the mechanical pencils that I was using were pretty much a standard 0.9 millimeter lead with graphite lead that was mixed with wax. They break very easily, but they were nice and dark and black on the paper. So because they were breaking, they ended up putting a polymer mixed in with the graphite lead, and that made the lead harder. And because they made the lead harder, they could make the lead thinner. So now the lead comes in different sizes, like 0.03 millimeter, 0.05 millimeter, 0.07 millimeter, and what do you get? I chose a 0.07 simply because I wanted something darker. I figured it would be easier to write with and darker to write with, and it would be better for the pencil to write without breaking the lead. Most people use a 0.5 or 0.05. So now you have to have a pencil which matches the size of your lead. So that was the first thing to consider. So then I started to look at what happens for the hardness of the lead. Most pencils come with HB equivalent. Back to wood days, that would be like the old number 2 wood pencils. But now they have a scale. You have an H scale and a B scale. The H scale goes 1 to 9, H1 to H9. Then you get HB in the middle, and then you get your B scale, B1 to B9, where that's your blackness. So you start off hard, and they won't break as easy, but they're a little lighter on the lead. Then you get into HB, and then you go into the blackness scale for the Bs. If you get up to B4, you won't want to go any higher than that for actual writing purposes, because it will break. It gets very soft. For artists and things like that, you can go higher, but for writing, don't go above B4. I chose a B2. So I had to go out and buy some lead, and I did that, and I bought lead in 2B or B2. So that was a lot of fun. Then you have to consider things like, what do you want in a tip? Well, you can see this has a conical tip. If I withdraw this, it goes back into the actual tip here, and it's protected. Some pens, that nib is always out, like that. So that's would be called the drafting pen. Disadvantage then is that that tip can never retract, and that can go through your shirt pocket or anything that you're carrying it in. So they're not pocket safe. Higher quality pens, some of them come with what's called a sliding sleeve. So this nib part that here, it will actually, as you're writing, it will continuously add a little bit more of the lead out as you write. So you don't have to do the clicky, you don't have to keep on doing clicky, clicky, clicky. It'll continually feed out more lead. Others will have a rotating sleeve. So as you write, the lead is continuously rotating like this, which keeps you on a sharp edge instead of, as you write and do something like that, it could flatten out the edge, and then you get a wider and wider and wider and wider. So they have a rotating sleeve. Now this pen doesn't have any of that. This pen is just a simple plastic-based pen, no metal internal or fancy metal sleeve or anything like that. And I think I got them like two for like $7 or $8 Canadian, and serves my purpose. But I never thought of having to consider all those things just to go and buy a pencil. So, hope you enjoyed the video. It's just my thoughts on it and what I learned, because I'm learning. So I go out to buy something simple these days, and I end up learning a ton. So that's all I wanted to do today, was just record my thoughts on today's mechanical pencils.